Which rule would describe the transformation of the following image after a 90 degrees clockwise rotation? Okay, so I would definitely use patty paper on this. So when using patty paper, I'm going to trace my X and Y axis. I'm going to trace my image. And then I'm going to go ahead and rotate those 90 degrees. But before I do that, I'm going to write down at least one point. So this point right here is located at 5 and 1. And I want to know where that same point, I'm going to use a different color, where that same point will be after that 90 degrees rotation. Okay, so I have rotated the image 90 degrees clockwise. And now it is located at 1 and -5. So if I look at what happened, I can see that my X and my Y traded places. So now I have Y and then X. And I can see that my X became opposite. Y -X, C. Number 12, Cool Skates made a scatter plot to show the relationship between the year and the average selling price of a skateboard. What is a reasonable average selling price for 2016? Okay, so I'm going to create a trend line for my data, and my trend line should go approximately down the middle. And I can see in 2015 that I have around 50, so it needs to be somewhere greater than 50. Maybe 55, somewhere around there, $55. I would say between $50 and $60. Number 13, which statement best describes the relationship between attendance and exam score shown in the scatter plot below? Sorry, my answer choices were off the page. So my answer here would be D. Okay, number 13, which statement best describes the relationship between attendance and the exam score shown in the scatter plot below? So if I look at the relationship here, I can see that it's increasing. So I can see that the days attended is increasing at the same time as the exam score is increasing. So the exam score increases as the numbers of days attended increases. Name the type of association or correlation for each scatter plot. We have negative, nonlinear, negative, and positive. Jay started with a savings of $2,500 and adds $40 to his savings each week. Candace started with $7,300 in savings and spends $60 of her savings each week. What is X, the number of weeks that needs to pass in order for Jay and Candace to have the same amount of savings? Okay, so I have Jay and I have Candace. Jay starts with 2,500 and adds 40 each week. So 2,500 plus 40x. And Candace starts with 7,300 and spends 60 each week. So 7,300 minus 60x. So I need to solve for x. I'm going to start by adding 60x on both sides. So I can get x on one side. So I'll have 2,500 plus 100x equals 7,300. Now to get x on one side or by itself on one side, I'm going to subtract 2,500 from both sides. I have 100x equals 4,800. And then I will divide by 100. So x equals 48. Number 16. Customers have two options when renting video games from a rental store. Plan A requires a $5 monthly fee and $1 per video rental. Plan B requires an $8 monthly fee and 75 cents per video rental. How many video rentals would be required each month for plans to cost the same amount? So we have Plan A and Plan B. Plan A requires a $5 monthly fee plus $1 per video rental. So I could say 1x. Plan B requires an $8 monthly fee plus 75 cents per rental. So 0.75x. So I'm going to subtract 0.75 from both sides. 0.75x. I'll be left with 5 plus 0.25x equals 8. Then I'm going to subtract 5 from both sides. 0.25x equals 3. And then I'll divide by 0.25. So x equals 12. Number 17, which word problem represents 5x plus 3 equals 2x plus 12? Kim charges $3 an hour with a $5 flat fee for babysitting. Well, I know it's not that one because $3 for an hour would be 3x. So A is not right. Kim charges $5 an hour with a $3 flat fee for babysitting. Okay, so this one's correct. And Carla charges $2 an hour with a flat fee of $12 to babysit. $2 an hour, $12 to babysit. And B would be my answer. The cost of shipping a box is based on its weight. The table below shows this relationship. Which equation best represents this relationship? Okay, so I need an equation in the form of y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to need my slope and my y-intercept. My slope is my change in y, so 12 over my change in x over 1. So 12 over 1 would equal 12. So I know it cannot be A because my slope is 12. And my y-intercept is what I need to add or subtract to get to my y value here. So if I start to plug in my x values, so 12 times 1 is 12, and I need to get to 22. So I need to add 10 to get to 22. So C would be my answer. So my y-intercept is 10. I also can back up to 0. So if this is increasing by 12 each time, this must be 10. So again, C is my answer. Number 19, which equation models the table below? So I'm going to find my slope and y-intercept again. So the change in my y is 3. The change in my x is 1. So my slope is 3 over 1, or 3. And my y-intercept is where x is 0, so 9. So my equation is y equals 3x plus 9. Number 20, the cost of apples per pound is represented in the table below. Which of the following equations represents the cost of buying X pounds of apples? Okay, so I can see my change in Y is $3.40, and my change in X is 2. So it's $3.40 for 2 apples, and it's $1.70 for 1 apple. So B is my answer.